It's one of those things,
Yes.
bro. Like
Yeah.
I've lost a couple. Actually, I think it's 6 years ago today or tomorrow. Sorry, my granddad passed away from lung cancer. So it touches everybody in some way, and I think it's pretty important to bring up in a podcast like this. It's like everybody.
It's real
Well,
life.
yeah, exactly.
It's,
Everybody
know what
will
I
go
mean?
through it
It
at some stage. I
happens.
feel like. Obviously, your mom just came out of the hospital. How is she doing?
Yeah, it was definitely a big one. It sucked. It just sucked because we couldn't see her because of like the restrictions
Yeah.
here. So we couldn't even see her for like a month. So like we didn't know what I mean. So she ended up having two surgeries. The first one went pretty good, and then the second one, which was the scariest because she was super weak. So that one was definitely scary. So once my dad told us that, hey, we're good, know what I mean? So that was definitely a huge relief,
What's your
big
dad?
time.
What's your dad like now? Because you said he had like lung cancer a couple of years back. What's he like now? Is he recovered and stuff?
Yeah. He's good. He's a fucking warrior, man. Holy shit.
Your mom and dad are obviously going to be pretty important in your life no matter what you do.
Like our family's work ethic is definitely from them. Like them two are definitely my role models. Like they you know what I mean? They're amazing. They work their ass off every single fucking day. It's absolutely insane. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't complain. They don't bitch. Know what I mean? They go. They work their ass off every single day. I literally talk to them like they're my best friends, and that's why I think we're so close together because it was myself, my dad, and then my brother. Right? We like they were helping pitching in tons, and with that they both ended up getting laid off, so they couldn't, know what I mean, so they couldn't help,
Yeah.
and then I also had to help them, right, with whatever, and then also put in what I could at the time for Serenity. We were chilling. The sky was literally the limit. In all honesty, man, like I was depressed. Like I was really sad about the whole situation. Our investment is actually coming back within by the time of this year with my dad and my brother going back to work. So we're gonna have, you know what I mean, we're gonna have our investment back. We're definitely gonna be a powerhouse. I've always said, you know what I mean, you have to stay positive.
Well, lads, what's the crack? Welcome back to JakeMcBoss podcast, episode number 22. Today, guys, we have SRN Mitch, SRN Glorinsz on the podcast. I know I said Mitch. I've been talking for the last 2 hours, okay? We're basically best friends now, okay? Really good podcast, actually. I hope you guys enjoy. I really want to thank you guys as well for the support. Really see on all the podcasts, on the Taylor one, the side, people, man. It's been a lot of fun to record and kind of just, sit down and talk to people one-on-one, and, it's great. So, the side one in particular, because I was extremely sick that entire week. And I promised I'd get on that day and do it at that time, so I couldn't reschedule, but hopefully it came out well. I think you guys really liked it. Really good reception so far, so hope you guys like this one. If you do, make sure to subscribe. Life Gears are new. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers, so subscribe. We've got a really big guest coming on soon. I'm not going to leak it, because if I leak it, it'll ruin the moment. I'm just going to drop them on you, like a big old pair of tits. Just completely drop random podcasts, like save it. Imagine. All right, subscribers are new. Obviously, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit in the description. Go check it out if you want to listen to it, the audio version. And yeah, let's get straight into it, boys.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing amazing. Let's go.
I'm good.
So obviously, your mom just came out of the hospital. We had to delay the podcast for like a week. We're gonna do it last week, and we just kind of changed around and stuff. So how is she doing? How are you doing, like, at the moment?
We're good. We're so right now she's just resting, getting her weight back and stuff. So it was definitely a big scare, right? She almost kind of, know what I mean,
Yeah.
left. So obviously we were worried. So like we've all been being strong with her. So luckily right now there's me, my brothers that are here to take care of her. Obviously my dad. So, know what I mean? She's in good care. So she just need to eat, get her weight back. Yeah, just rest. Just rest. Needs to get better. So hopefully it'll take around like 6 months to a year, I think.
You mind me asking,
Something like
like,
that.
what happened, or like how long it's been going on, and what was that kind of
Um
like for you going like through it, and hopefully like you're at the light in the tunnel, like you're kind of gone through it now. So
yeah. So it's something that like our family has experienced before. So I would say about, when was it, like 3-4 years ago, my dad, he had to get his lung removed because he had lung cancer. So he had to get his whole lung removed. So we kind of dealt with it before. I guess it's something that you don't necessarily want to go through again. So so it was pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? Going through that, and then always I personally, for me, I always try to stay positive in those things. You have to be strong for the people,
Yeah.
right? You can't let them show that like you're feeling down. You know what I mean? Because then they start worrying about you and how you're feeling. So it kind of just messes it up. So you always have to be strong, even though when you're not, even though like I guess you be emotional in your own private spot, I guess, right? You don't show it. You don't show it to them, so they don't worry about you. So they have all the strength that they can have to recover and go through.
Must be a lot of relief though,
So
like recently,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
must be
It
one hell of
was
a
it
thing to
was
go
it
through.
was
Like
it was yeah, it was definitely a big one. It sucked. It just sucked because we couldn't see her because of like the restrictions
yeah,
here. So we couldn't even see her for like a month. So like we didn't know what I mean. So she ended up having two surgeries. The first one went pretty good, and then the second one, which was the scariest because she was super weak. So that one was definitely scary. So once my dad told us that, hey, we're good, know what I mean? So that was definitely a huge relief, big time.
what's your dad like now? Because you said he had like lung cancer a couple of years back. What's he like now? Is he recovered and stuff?
Yeah. He's good. He's a fucking warrior, man. Holy shit. Like he's a beast. Like I've never seen someone go through so much shit and still be on their feet and just still working hard. Still, know what I mean? Still keeps a smile on their face. So it's
Cancer's
definitely
cancer's one of those
yes.
things, bro. Like
Yeah.
I've lost a
y-
couple. Actually, I think it's 6 years ago today or tomorrow. Sorry, my granddad passed away from lung cancer. So the hell of a
I'm
thing,
sorry to
bro.
hear, brother. I'm
It's,
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
it's all good. Like it's just
But
it touches everybody in some way, and I think it's pretty important to bring up in a podcast like this. It's like everybody.
it's real
Well,
life.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Everybody
know what
will
I
go
mean?
through it at
It
some stage. I
happens.
feel like
Yeah, it happens. It happens to definitely a lot of people. Know what I mean? A lot of people have lost people to that stuff. You know what I mean? A lot, like a lot of close people, a lot of loved ones. But yeah, no, know what I mean? I've always said, I mean, you have to stay positive. You have to. Because the moment you don't, that's when things start to get a little right. Like, you know what I mean? That's when the bad thoughts come in your head. That's when you start getting depressed and all that stuff. You have to be strong. There's no other way. You have to.
was there any point
Or
during? I'm gonna go back to like when your mom was in hospital. Cause I mean, your mom and dad are obviously gonna be pretty important in your life, no matter what you do.
mhm.
And I presume they're pretty supportive of what you do in your life and what you're doing at the
Oh, big
moment.
time. Yeah. They're hands down my best friends. Like I love them. Know what I mean? Like they're like especially like both of them. I could sit down. You know what I mean? Do have a regular conversation with each of them, right? Like just talk about whatever. I guess not what normal like parents and like their kids should talk about. I literally talk to them like they're my best friends, and that's why I think we're so close together as a parent and son relationship. Just because, yeah, we're just very open. Know what I mean? We just talk about whatever. We're very very close, which is good.
How do you stay positive during those times? I know we're kind of like starting off on kind of like a lower mood
Yeah,
for the podcast. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
But I want to know like how do you stay positive during that time? Because you said they're your
I
parents,
always
like your friends. Like
Yeah, yeah. I just hope for the best, man. Like honestly, it's definitely very hard to stay positive in these situations. But I just keep telling myself like, what good is me being negative and feeling down going to do to help the situation? Know what I mean? Like, what's good? Hey, you know what I mean? I'm feeling down, and then my brothers and then my mom or my dad seeing me like this, how is that going to make them feel, right? They're, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, they're going to feel sad, they're going to feel like shit about it. So that's the way I personally kind of see it. That
are you the oldest in the family in terms of like your siblings, your brothers and sisters?
no, I'm honestly the youngest, so I'm 28. I have my one brother is actually turning 40 this year. I have a sister who is 37, and my other brother is 38 right now.
But you guys kind of like all. Did they kind of like put like a arm around your shoulder in that kind of sense, or was it kind of like you're all kind of
Um,
like you're old enough now?
it's
It doesn't
kind of
really.
it's kind of the opposite. Well, my sister mostly is pretty much the rock of like us four, But and then I would say it's like me, my sister, and then my other two brothers are kind of like quiet
Yeah.
on the quiet side of things. So yeah, it's kind of I would definitely say it's my sister mostly. She's a beast. She's awesome.
I
She's
love
the
to hear
goat.
that. Love to hear that.
She's the goat.
My sister's having a baby now in a couple of weeks time. So
Oh my God! Congrats! You're gonna be an uncle soon.
yeah, again twice.
Again, twice. Yeah, my I just became an uncle about a year and a half ago.
Great feeling.
So that's pretty yeah, I don't know, man. I'm getting old, dude. I don't know anymore. It's not good.
Yeah.
Good.
Um, I'm gonna try and move away from that now, so we can actually get into
Oh yeah,
SRN
for
and all that
sure.
stuff. I really appreciate you sharing it with me though, because a lot of people come on here and they would like they'd bullshit and they wouldn't like they'd move around the question, they wouldn't like talk about it. So I really appreciate you opening up like that. So
No, especially Jake already told you, man. I'm straight up. I'm an open book. You know what I mean? The stuff you see online with me, that's me. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's who I am. I can't be anyone else except for myself. If that makes sense.
let's go.
But there's also some things that I can't say online because of, you know what I mean, that I would like to say, because it's like I do keep my mouth shut a lot in certain situations just because, you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
because of like my right online. So yeah, which sucks, you know what I mean, because it's hard to be able to not say what you want
Yeah.
in certain situations, but you just need to know when to keep your mouth shut,
Do you feel
especially in this industry,
exactly? Do you feel like it's kind of
especially.
it's harder for you because a bit like you're an older guy in comparison to the internet, like because obviously internet's like maybe 10 years old kind of thing. Do you find it
Yeah.
hard to like keep your mouth closed in certain situations to kind of like not say certain things?
Not really. I've always minded my own fucking business. You know what I mean? If it doesn't involve me or the people around me or the people who I care about, I don't give a flying fuck. Honestly, you know what I mean? I just mind my own business. I just wake up. I work my ass off, and then that's really it. I just do my own thing. I try to help out. You know what I mean? The people closest to me, and yeah, that's really that.
That's exactly like why I kind of joined SRM, because I feel like that's like the mentality everyone kind of has, especially in management, and like obviously you and Xander now at like the moment being like co-owners and kind of like stuff like that. It's kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
interesting seeing like that dynamic, and then it kind of works its way down to everybody like in the team. So the
Yeah,
work hard mentality kind of thing.
oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely one thing I try to tell, especially these young guys in Serenity. Just, I mean, put your head down. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. The one thing I always say, try your best not to compare yourself to others, because what you see online isn't, because people only post online what they want you to see. They only post the good stuff. They only post their highs. They don't post, you know what I mean, their issues. They don't post their problems. A lot of them do. But recently now, a lot of people have been opening up, which is great to see online. You know what I mean? Opening up about
Yeah.
their anxiety, their depression, their mental illness, which is absolutely amazing. But but definitely one thing I try to preach, especially these young guys. You know what I mean? Mind your own business. People only post what they want you to see. They don't post their lows. They only post their highs, and just work your ass off, man. And it's going to happen. I'm definitely a product of that. You know what I mean? I didn't have much growing up. You know what I mean? My family didn't have much growing up. You know what I mean? But everyone absolutely worked their ass off, right? We
Yeah.
we we were in like there was like six of us in like a fucking one bedroom of fucking apartment. You know what I mean? Just that was it. That was our childhood.
You want to talk
You know
about
what I
that
mean?
actually, because I feel like that would be an interesting like thing to talk about in the podcast, like how we've kind of come from. I say like nothing to something, but like I'm kind of like trying to say with that, like you've come from like
Yeah,
humble beginnings to
yeah. So that definitely obviously started with my parents, right? Like they didn't really, you know what I mean? Like they didn't have much, but they just, you know what I mean? I guess that's where we get it from. Like our family's work ethic is definitely from them. Like them two are definitely my role models. Like they you know what I mean, they're amazing. They work their ass off every single fucking day. It's absolutely insane. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They don't complain, they don't bitch. You know what I mean? They go, they work their ass off every single day. They're warriors. And they're definitely my parents are definitely my biggest inspirations. Like it's insane. You know what I mean? So that's definitely where where we get it from, like me, my brothers, and my sisters. No, my sister. Why did I say sisters? Oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm getting old. But yeah, that's definitely where the rest of our family gets it from.
Yeah, I mean, to have kind of like that in your own household, like people who kind of almost like motivate you to do better and be better than
Hmm.
what you are. I feel like that would be
Yeah.
very, it's a nice thing to kind of have in your life. And people who won't bullshit you either is another thing. People who kind of tell you straight, tell you what you should be doing, what you're doing wrong, and stuff like that, and kind of guiding you. I feel like is
Yeah,
very
yeah,
important.
that's definitely my dad, man. Fuck, especially when we're playing hockey and stuff, and just everything. You know what I mean? He just tells straight up. You know what I mean? He just be like, Mitch, like, quit being a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like quit, like, especially with younger, like, quit bitching, quit complaining, just fucking work hard, and know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shit.
it kind of gets you far in life, like to be fair. So
Hmm.
good bit of
No, it does.
advice.
It does. It does. It does. Like, I promise you, it honestly does. Didn't we didn't have much. You know what I mean? But we had enough, and we had each other. That's the main thing, right? We definitely had each other, which is great.
That's
Which
so
which is all.
wholesome.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
I love that. um,
It's all right.
how would you actually get your name Glorins?
Okay, so funny story. So I actually tweeted about this. Okay, so do you know Steam? Do you know Steam?
Yeah,
Like, okay, so in Counter, like the old Counter Strike. So when you would make your Steam account, like the old ones, there used to be like a Steam ID to say how old your account is. So there used to be like numbers in it. So the lower the amount of numbers, the most rare your account would be. So just say you would have like a 5-digit account, like a 6-digit account, like a 7-digit, 8-digit account right now.
yeah.
So so when I was about 12 or 13, myself and three of my buddies, we used to scam Steam accounts from people. Yeah. So we would go on Steam and make we would put like a random name like John at steampowered.com, and we would find these accounts and add the people and be like, hey, this is customer service, your account has been hacked, we need your info to fix this. So we would send this to so many people, and the absolute idiots would give us their info, like absolute idiots. So
Amazing.
yeah. So I ended up getting a very low, like, Steam digit kind of thing from that. And and um and and there's a website for the old Counter Strike where if you search your Steam ID, it shows up all the past teams and like the higher leagues and experience you played in. So so one of the accounts that I got, his name was Glorin.
Yeah.
So so I was 13 at the time, and then in order to join like better teams or whatever, you would have to have this experience. You would have to have, you know what I mean, to show like you played on these really good teams. So I just changed my name to that, and then I started trying out for teams. Know what I mean? Joining them, making them, playing Counter Strike, and that's really how it started. And then it kind of just stuck. It's been 16 years now since I've had it.
What was the first team you joined back then?
My first team was definitely a team called React. It was so we played in like it goes like open, intermediate, main, premier, and then the pro scene. So at 13, I played just below the semi pro scene, which like the main division. It was called React. So I played with a few actual pros who played in Pro CS back then. So then finally when I switched to Counter Strike Global Offensive, they knew who I was.
Yeah.
So the connections and networks started happening from there, which was good.
Would you say Counter Strike would be the initial game that kind of got you into competitive game, or was there like Call of Duty or
Oh,
whatever? It's probably before
no,
that
no.
actually.
No, it's been Counter Strike for sure. So my best buddy Nick, so we live in a complex, right? So he lives just behind us actually, and then he came and showed me that game. So he kind of introduced me to all of that,
Yeah.
and then I've always been a very very competitive person. Then I kind of just got hooked like a drug, like I got addicted to it like crazy. So that's kind of where it kind of where it started from there.
You still get that with the game now, or if you're gonna like move on to Valorant, you get that same spark again with Valorant.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do. But the sad part is, right? Like I'm working. You know what I mean, 6 days a week. I'm trying to run Serenity. It's absolutely impossible to compete, right? Because in order to compete, you need to play 70 hours a week plus more. Plus, you need to play tournaments during the weekend. So, and then obviously with me, if I do something, I always put my all into it.
Yeah.
Always. And if I can't put my all into it, I don't even try because I personally think it's just a waste of time. If you're not going to give your full 100% effort at it, why try? Why are you wasting your own time doing it?
100% agree. In terms of what's happened recently with SRN, obviously Xander's came in as we'll say a president. Do you want to kind of explain that entire process?
So at the moment he's pretty much running the show here. Know what I mean? I'm kind of like I'm still the owner or whatever, right? I still own the pretty much the whole company or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's very hard for me to balance. You know what I mean? Working 60 hours a week. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
like
you.
like it's very hard for me to do both, and of course I want Serenity to succeed. So he's put into a position now where he's running the show. Know what I mean? He's pretty much like the main boss for like the management, the players, everything else, right? I'm still obviously helping out financially. Know what I mean? I'm still putting in thousands and thousands. No, I mean every month or whatever. So of course, right? Because I want us to succeed. But yeah, that's really the deal with that.
Was that kind of hard to kind of give your baby in a sense over to someone else to kind of run, or was that a
No,
hard thing to do?
I've been wanting to do it for a very long time, honestly, but it's just been very hard to find the right person for it.
Yeah.
That's really because with this, it's like I said before, it's hard for me to put my all into it. You know what I mean? It's really hard. So mostly the best thing I want to do is have them succeed, right? Is have Serenity succeed. So I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen.
How did you initially meet Xander, and how did that kind of relationship, I'd say, blossom over the last couple of months?
Yeah. So Silver Val, amazing person. Definitely one of the homies. So she worked with him and their last org, Greater Gaming, I believe. So she introduced us to him. Know what I mean? And that's kind of how it all started. Like she introduced us to him. Know what I mean? We talked, shot the shit. Know what I mean? Made sure our goals are proper, and it's also good because he only lives like 15 minutes down, 15 minutes away, right? So that's definitely nice. Know what I mean? So if anything like kind of happens or whatever, we can always, know what I mean, have like right, like if any like major problems occur, it's not like I have to fly 10 hours to the UK or something,
Yeah.
right? Or to Sweden to meet or deal with whatever.
It's actually really interesting you brought it up because AOS, yeah, Ace of Spades.
Yes.
Their owners actually are like, they have like co-owners as well, Josh and Cities, and they kind of like both like operate in a similar location. So it's nice to have like a hands-on, like you feel like you have like a hands-on connection with the company and the brand.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's definitely more of a good feeling with yourself too, because like, hey man, I can just drive, you know what I mean, 15-20 minutes away instead of dealing with, because it's totally different from dealing with online other than like face to face, right? It's
Yeah.
totally it's totally different. So it gives me myself that comfort level and more trust into knowing that the person is going to do a real good fucking job.
Have you and
And
did you and Xander click straight away? Have you guys like been good
yeah,
friends for
yeah,
a while?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, he's a Canadian brother, of course. He's a Toronto boy like myself, so definitely 100%. He's the homie, man. He's such a good guy. He definitely works his ass off, and he wants Rennie to succeed just as much as the rest of us. So, which is good, which is real good.
Love that.
I'm excited. Yeah, he's been doing a lot so far, especially in this short amount of time. Which is definitely something we needed on a business side, because I'm gonna be straight up with you. I like the business side of things. I don't really know that much. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey man, I mean, I know everything and just lie, but I don't. I honestly don't. So having him here and dealing with that is absolutely amazing. And it puts a huge weight off my shoulders, Mercy's shoulders, George's shoulders, Whiskey shoulders, all of us.
How did SRN initially start, and what were like the main goals behind SRN as a brand and as a company?
So so started shit, man. We're almost at 2 years now, I think. Yeah. So it kind of just started off as like I've always as like a regular Fortnite team or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like a group of friends try to do something. So that's how it definitely started. And then I would say a few months passed, and then I was like, damn, we could actually do something good with this. We could actually, you know what I mean? Like build something great. People really enjoyed it being here. We started getting a good rep, and then we kind of just took it one step at a time. We were like, hey, let's start bringing in some good players. You know what I mean? Let's start signing players. Let's start doing this properly. You know what I mean? We could actually make this into a pretty good organization. So our goal is definitely we obviously I want to be the best. You know what I mean? We all do. Um, we definitely took a heavy hit. I would say around when COVID started. When was
yeah.
that? Like last year.
Last March,
So
February.
yeah. So we lost a lot of our funding because of it, right? Because it was myself, my dad, and then my brother, right? We like they were helping pitching in tons, and and with that they both ended up getting laid off, so they couldn't, know what I mean? So they couldn't help,
Yeah,
and then I also had to help them, right? With whatever, and then also put in what I could at the time for Serenity. So that part sucked because we had so much momentum going for us. We had an insane Fortnite team. Valor was literally about to come out. You know what I mean? I had a stacked ass Valorant roster. You know what I mean? Our budget was good. We were chilling. The sky was literally the limit.
yeah.
So unfortunately that happened. So as soon as that happened, and then they told me that, hey, we're getting laid off, right? Like they're not working anymore, so they can't help pitch in. We had to let go. I would like five of like our pro roster, which sucked. You know what I mean? Like our team was stacked. We were like
Knifer,
during
Paddy, all those guys, man. SRM was like one of those
yeah
teams. It was like
yeah. We had
tier one pros,
we
kind of.
literally had yeah we literally had Knifer, Patty. We had Pink, Michael. We had Leo, Jakey, Astro, Danny, Josh. Eight, know what I mean? Like our
Yeah,
team was stacked, and we were chilling. We were good. Like our budget was fine. We were literally set on the path for the next like 5 years of good funding and all that. But it sucked. It definitely hurt me real bad because it felt like the work that we all put in kind of we got hit hard with that. So then we had to end up letting them go and all that stuff, which sucked. You know what I mean? That's the last thing I wanted. Yeah, that was definitely a shitty time. That was definitely a shitty time in my life, and then obviously in Serenity's career path.
What was
That
that?
sucked.
What was that like going through it though, from your perspective? I presume your dad and your brother kind of like you guys thought about this plan. You thought about like Serenity, what we want to do and stuff, and to kind of see that plan kind of like almost fall flat on its arse. Like, what was that like for you guys as like a,
Um,
a family almost?
it sucked. So we pretty much had to let people go of their jobs, essentially, right? You know what I mean? Like they were all getting paid like pretty good money. You know what I mean? Like four figures plus, right? Like 1,500, 2K plus whatever, right?
Yeah,
And then it's pretty much, yeah, we had to let them go. We literally had to let them go to their jobs. I felt like absolute shit. In all honesty, man, like I was depressed. Like I was really sad about the whole situation. I mean, and I felt like absolute shit because I had to let them go. You know what I mean? And then I obviously looked like the bad guy a bit, which is fine. You know what I mean? Pay me however you want.
so yeah, talking about like letting go of the Fortnite roster mainly. Did you guys have like a plan kind of going through that time? Do you guys wanted to go into Valorant? This new exciting game is coming out. How did you guys feel like you were going to branch out over a Fortnite team essentially into Valorant and kind of move on the team that way?
Yeah. So during that time, a few of the players only had about like 2-3 months left in their contracts, right? Like
Yeah.
so we were definitely going to use what we were spending on them. So we wanted to have 4 to 5 like insane Fortnite pros. Boom, our Fortnite roster. Boom, that's good. And then I was already talking to s- to some really good CS players, Counter Strike players who were moving over to Valorant to
Yeah.
make, you know what I mean, to make a powerhouse, and obviously give them good pay and all that good stuff. So that was our plan, but unfortunate shit kind of happened, and it kind of backfired on us.
How close do you think SRM was to going bust, or kind of like being like like Four Elements, kind of like just closing down completely? Um,
We were really close. So when all that happened, yeah, I was really really sad. So when my brother and my dad got laid off, and then we had to end up letting all those guys go. Um, I was down. Like I was, you know what I mean. Our budget literally cut from, well, I'm not gonna say, but quite a bit, to, I would say, about like 20%. Like not even, like, yeah, maybe like 20-15% of what we had to now. So I even talked to, so at this time Jack was in management, Mercy and Sluky. So I talked to them, and I was like, man, guys, like I don't know what to do here. Like this, like this is fucked. Like do I just like shut it down for a few months, and then once, you know what I mean, once we get some more funding back together, you know what I mean, we reopen back up. So that's what I wanted to do, but thankfully Jack and Josh talked me out of it. Thank God. You know what I mean?
what was the plan there? Did you guys have like you guys must have had like a load of meetings around the time? Like, what do we do now? Budgets after coming down. Like, how do we move forward? What was that kind of like? What was that plan? I guess is what I want to know.
So we wanted to have, I guess we wanted to keep it smaller and try and reach out to obviously investors and stuff, but that's very hard, especially with what happened, and we didn't have the same numbers and all that we had. So our plan definitely was to keep the circle smaller and have a smaller team until, know what I mean, we built up, like I myself built up more money to be able to put in
Yeah.
back in, which we have a lot recently, which is good. So I'm definitely excited. You know what I mean? We have a sick plan ready. From where we were around this time last year to now is a total 360, which is absolutely insane. From how down bad we were last year with COVID happening to now is absolutely insane. I'm still surprised that like we're in as good of as a position we are in now.
Do you find it hard mentally to kind of see the team, completely flourishing, blowing up, to kind of hitting that stagnant point? Was there like you said there you're kind of depressed. What sort of like thoughts are you going through? How did you feel like?
Yeah, so it's kind of, so at that time, right? Like we were on top of the world. You know what I mean? We were taking the EU Fortnite scene by storm. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were, right. We were a brand new org. We were 100% legit. You know what I mean? Like especially with all the other scam works coming around. You know what I mean? Like we were 100% legit, and and we were essentially on top of the world. And then it's kind of you just get knocked down, right? You get, you know what I mean, you get kicked down from up here to down here, which kind of, um yeah, it was definitely shit. It was it was definitely shit, Jake, for sure.
Did you guys have goals for the start? Obviously, in 2020, when brand new year, we're gonna look at to blow SRN up to start 2020. What was like the end goal for 2020 as a whole? Like December 2020, where do you guys want to be? And obviously, I know COVID happened, but before that happened, where did you guys see the team going in that year?
So we wanted to have a stacked Fortnite team, stacked Valorant team, which that was our main goal, having two good teams and two super good titles, build up our content more, build up our, so I wanted to bring in more people from in like my area,
Yeah.
So we wanted to have like kind of like a Canadian or like close to Toronto kind of Fortnite team, so we can build content around there. So I can go, and then with Josh, he can do content with the UK guys, so we can have like two kind of sides of content, like IRL content for both EU and NA, which would have been perfect because I would have done the NA side, and Josh, obviously, I trust him 100%, would be able to do the EU side. So we wanted to have that.
Do you feel like there's a big difference between, EU orgs and NA orgs? I feel like there's a lot of EU orgs just coming out of absolutely nowhere and just completely blowing up in like a year because of the amount of revenue, the amount of money they kind of just throw at the team. They kind of quit. They're like, okay, we're gonna buy this player, we're gonna get this player, like Loot Boy and stuff like that. Do you guys? Is there like a difference in NA or EU? Do you feel like?
Um, well, I think EU like as a whole in Fortnite is better.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think better competition. I personally like the orgs a lot better in EU. I think they're a lot nicer. They're a lot more troll. Like people troll a lot in EU.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I like it so much. But the competition, all that is definitely much better, and especially with the orgs competition, like more better orgs, the better I think. You know what I mean? Because competition keeps people motivated, they keep people working hard, and they keep people on their toes,
Yeah. Um,
which is definitely a very good thing for esports in general.
I want to know actually where did the name Serenity come from? SRN a couple of years back.
So Hex, did you know Hex? He's Hex CD Divine. He used to be a. So when we started it, he's like one of the OGs. So he actually came up with the name. Shout out Divine. Divine's the homie.
Let's go.
Yeah, he actually came up with the name.
Yeah. Did you guys
Yeah.
feel like Serenity would match kind of like your? So, okay, so when you heard that name for the first time, you thought, okay, that is gonna be the name of the team.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like straight
Like
away.
that, and then like SRN, like in game. Like I love like in game tags or whatever, and like
Yeah,
SRN in game looks sick. You know what I mean? Like it looks so dope. Yeah. So like we're like, oh shit. We're like, yeah, that's it, SRN baby. We're like, yep, 100%. We're in. We're
yeah.
all in.
If COVID never happened, where do you think SRN would be now? A year on from that, because obviously, a full year pretty much of very little
Yeah.
revenue and stuff.
Um. I personally can't say if all things went as planned, we would definitely be way bigger. Like branding wise, social wise, like our content would be absolutely way better. Like we would be able to be like we would have land content. I think as a whole, it would we would be insane, like really good, and especially we would be able to hire the right management and the right people
Yeah.
to get the job done back then.
Is that something that you guys have kind of So when I was working in Saints, I don't know if you know who Saints are, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
back in the
yeah,
day. Um, you know, it's kind of hard to like talk about it if you don't understand like how esports work and like inside orgs and stuff. But I know from my experience, a lot of growing an org is about the initial like Twitter followers and stuff like that, and how you approach brands and stuff like that. How do you guys feel like you guys are kind of handling that, and do you feel like sponsorships are a big thing you need, growing the team further to get like IRL stuff going, like land
yeah.
content houses and shit?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's all about having the right people around you, especially in EU. It's very hard to find the right group of people and the right group of management. That's the thing that we lacked. We don't lack it anymore, which is amazing because our management is absolutely impeccable now. It's never been as good as it has these days. It's definitely been something that we lacked heavy, and I wish that we had the management now that we did about like a year and a half ago. That and like approach things a little bit different. That would have helped us a lot. But it's in the past. We only look to the future these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, management now is very hard to find good ones.
How
like
important is
extremely
it though to have like that right hand man, like a COO or that right hand man who can kind of like take the burden off? Obviously, you've Xander now, but like I'm talking about maybe like last year. Like how important is it to have like a person beside you who can do some of the dirty work, kind of get in and kind of do your orders
Yeah,
almost, you know?
yeah. It's very important, especially not to have a yes man. You don't want yes men around you, and I felt that I did have have yes men around me. They're obviously not around anymore, but now I don't at all. You know what I mean? Like if I say
Yeah.
something, I have whiskey, I have Josh, I have George, I have Jason, Torres. You know what I mean? Xander, all them. Even Val, even she helps us still. To tell me, hey, no, no. You know what I mean? This is stupid. We're not doing this, which is good, which is very good. So you obviously don't want yes men around you
When you
at all.
I'm actually curious, how did you initially find and talk to Jack Igo? Because he's, I like to call him Mr. SRN because he's kind of
Yeah.
like he kind of embodies everything that Serenity is, and
Oh
obviously,
yeah. Jack's the best. So shit. When did I think it was through Josh. I think it was through Josh through like we needed like contracts or something. And then he was in law school. So
yeah.
I guess I was like, ah, fuck it, like just bring him in. I was like I was like, fuck it, man, just bring him in. Let's see what he can do. And the more obviously Jack's my brother, man. I love that guy. He's awesome. I mean, I got his back through everything. He's the best. I couldn't have asked for a better friend. But yeah, that's kind of how it all went. I'm pretty sure Josh met him, and then we kind of just brought him into management through there.
Jack's quite an interesting guy when it comes to like the esports scene. Do you find it funny when he kind of exposes teams like Sunflower and stuff like that? I
Oh yeah, I
love that
love it.
shit,
I
man.
love it. I'm all about it. You'll never see me get involved into that, but I love the content. I love the troll. I love it. I love, you know what I mean? Like I'm still trying to figure out how all these fucking players and managers keep getting scammed after all these years. Like there has to be something like if a brand new org comes out, you need to ask where the fuck they're getting their money from, and two, who you have to ask who the owners are. Like like most of the time they don't even have an esports background. They just pop it out of nowhere and they're like, "Yo, man, you want 2K a month?" And then the players are like, "Money." You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, money. Yeah, sign." And then it's like 2 months go by. They're like, "Oh, I haven't been paid yet." And it's like, no fucking shit. Could you have some 15-year-old running the show? And I'm not saying like age is different or age, you know what I mean? But it's like, bro, just like you have to like get your head out of your ass at some point, right? Like I'm still surprised people are still getting scammed after all these years, especially with the Kizzy incident. That motherfucker scammed 40K. Holy shit! If someone tells you a date that they're paying you, and then they're like, oh man, like next month I got you. Next month I got you. You're not getting shit. I'm gonna be straight up with you. You're not getting shit. You should just leave it all behind because it's only gonna affect you. Just don't worry about the past. Just focus on the future. Okay, so what? Okay, so as I was saying, so it's very hard for people to start up new orgs if they don't have like an esports background, or if they don't have like prior connections to to know what I mean, the community and to other known people. So just say, you know what I mean, some random person comes in and it's just like offering thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's just like, how do you not see that? Like that's what I don't understand. You know what I mean? Some random kid or whatever, like the French team.
Yeah.
What was that French team? Yeah,
The
suppose
Sunflower
suppose
team?
no, not Sunflower. Wait. Was it Sunflower? Maybe it was. Jack explodes some like 15-year-old French kid, and he got dropping like 30K a month off his grandma's credit card or something.
Yeah. That was Sunflower, I think.
Yeah,
90%
yeah, yeah,
sure. Justin, you kill me if
yeah,
I'm wrong, like, but we vibe.
yeah. So whatever, he can beat us. Doesn't matter. So yeah, so it's definitely very. I would say, it's obviously easy if you have an esports background and people know who you are, and you know what I mean. But other than that, people need to start asking questions. Like be like, hey, where's the money coming from? What do you do? Do you, like what do you do for your job? Know what I mean? Like ask, and if the owner or the investor is being like hesitant on like not answering even the simplest questions like that, then you know what I mean? That's obviously a bad start to the situation.
I have a very easy way of like, you know, if an I have one rule when it comes to orgs. If you don't know who the owner is, and if you don't feel comfortable talking to an owner, then you can't join the team. In my opinion, you have to be able to actually know who the person is, who's running the operation, because
Oh yeah.
yeah, like I said, like it works all the way down. The way the owner, sets his example is the way the rest will follow along in line. So that's like my main rule when it comes to orgs these days. If you know the owner, if you know they have good intentions, that's kind of like where you're gonna start
Oh
off
yeah.
with.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, he's like the head guy, right? So everyone should be following. He should be setting a good example, to everyone else. That's something that I definitely need to work on. I think I fuck around too much, especially on socials or whatever. But at the same time, I can't be anyone except myself though. Like that's the thing, right? So that's the problem where I have between the two that I am trying to work on. So yeah, hopefully in the future I finally get my head in my ass
I used to have
and
that as well though a lot. Like you kind of think. So for me, when I try and do content, I'm like, okay, I want to be like Jacksepticeye. I'm like, well, I can't be like him because one, that would be boring. We already have him, but also two,
yeah.
you can't fake who you are. You have to be exactly how you are on camera. So you can try
Yeah.
and be like somebody else, but in the end, it's not going to work for you. So
No, no. Well, people will see, right? Like people, you know what I mean? Like people aren't stupid. Like they'll see right through it. You know what I mean? Well, some people are stupid. I shouldn't say all, but yeah, but people will see right through it, and in the end, you can't fake who you are to blow up, because in the end, it's definitely gonna catch up to you, and it's definitely gonna bite you in the ass in the future for sure.
I agree. I know you're friends with Namin, obviously the owner of 15 Kings. I think was it Vervana or Settle, he might have owned it as well a while back. I know you guys are friends. How did you guys meet?
We just kind of I love first of all, man, I love Namin. Namin's the homie. He works his ass off. His teams always seem to get like quite a bit of flack. I see from from the community at times, which I personally don't understand. But obviously, yeah. But but we kind of just met through the community. You know what I mean? We kind of just saw each other, both both owners of two really good teams, and that's how we kind of connected.
Where do you see 15 Kings going? Because obviously they're in a pretty, I know, okay, I would say a stable position. I think that's where they are at the moment, a very stable position. They can
Yeah.
kind of, bring people in. They're still kind of starting out their management and stuff. What do you think is the best way for them to kind of move forward from your
I think
experience?
they're great. Well, recently they just got a pretty big investment as well, right? So I think they just need to start bringing in more like more complete rosters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like better teams that can win and give them more exposure than they already have. Like they're a great team. I think they just need like winning teams just to start representing them in various games.
I agree. Do you think, if you were to start an org again, right? Do you think you'd be focusing mainly on trying to, get players in for Fortnite, Valorant, or do you think you go like down the line of content and try and get really good content going? Which way do you think is the best way to grow, starting off at the very beginning?
Best way is definitely content. 100% more exposure, more brand exposure. 100% content. I wish that's definitely one of the things that I didn't realize until later on is that content is huge, 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 huge. Now we actually have good people running our content, and we actually have some really good content on the way. Some IRL content, some other like not content that everyone else does, which is good. It's just at the same time though, like I said before, it's hard to find the right people to do the right job, to do a good job, especially in this business and in this esports industry. That's the one thing we lack is good management and good people who know what the fuck they're doing and don't have to be babysat and and all that other shit that comes with it.
Yeah, because I feel like for to grow an esports team, it takes a lot of investment, but it has to be like a lot of people working on the clock. Like, when you're trying to sleep, these guys have to be doing the right job when you're not,
Yep,
there.
yep, and also the players themselves, they have to pitch in as well, right? You know what I mean? They have to be sending clips. They also have to be pulling their weight. If you're getting paid to play a video game, you know what I mean? It goes both ways, right? You're getting paid to play and be good, but you're also getting paid to help grow the brand in the org. You know what I mean? By commenting, you know what I mean? By even pulling up the team's content that they post, you know what I mean? Posting on your socials. It goes both ways, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're getting paid for service, and a lot of the times that you'll notice a lot of these players who are signed, they don't pull their weight for the brand in the org. You know what I mean? Like you're getting, yeah, like I said, you're getting paid to do a service, but a lot of the times you'll notice that a lot of these orgs don't resign don't resign players unless obviously if you're huge and have a massive platform like the tier ones, obviously then you're gonna get resigned. But a lot of like in our org, and then even in the other org like Wave BL, um all those guys, like you'll notice that they don't necessarily like resign a lot,
Yeah.
but yeah, it goes both ways, and that's something as a community that we have to preach. I myself have to start preaching it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
You think it's important
it
for
goes
the
both
org
ways.
to be in control in terms of like, they should be setting the rules. They should be setting like what you should like shouldn't and shouldn't be doing, because a lot of these pro players come in like, oh, clout, this is great, isn't it? They just come in, they get their clout, get whatever they're paid, play the game, and just leave again. They don't really
Yeah,
like have an
no,
attachment with the
no,
team.
no. It is up to the management to force to enforce. It's just like a regular job, right?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing as a regular job, right? Like management, like at my work, you know what I mean? On management, and you have to enforce these younger guys to do their job, or else they're just gonna sit there and do whatever, right? They're just gonna sit there and collect their paycheck. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like if I don't tell people what to do at work or whatever, like at my actual job, you know what I mean? They just sit there. They just sit there and just do whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely up to management and to enforce these things.
What jobs have you actually had in your life? Obviously, you're 28 now. What jobs have you had in maybe like the last 10 years? What kind of like what do you do when you're not, managing SRN?
So I played hockey. I traveled to Europe actually for a lot of my teen life. Played in Germany, Switzerland, Italy. Did a lot of that, and then ever since after that, I guess I just worked my way up into the produce scene, like managing. You know what I mean? Like doing the orders, filling stock. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
doing just helping manage the department.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
So
wanted
that's
to. Jack said that you were in a team called Tempo Storm. I don't have a
yes.
clue what that is, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
pretend like I know. But can you give like a, what was your experience like in the team, and how did
um.
that kind of guide you into esports?
It was great. So it's definitely my first time I've ever been signed to be like a professional Counter Strike player. It's a huge org. It's like a massive like tier one org. It was the first time I ever got paid to play a video game. You know what I mean? Got sent to travel everywhere. You know what I mean? Free of charge. It was an absolute amazing experience, and it was my first time ever experiencing it.
That's
Um,
that's actually crazy, because like if you get paid to do something you absolutely love, it's beyond
yeah,
comprehension. Like,
yeah. No, I was getting free stuff. I was getting free mice, keyboard, headsets, everything. It was actually amazing. I was loving it. I didn't I it was I was actually like shocked. I was like, holy shit, I'm actually getting paid to paid like real good money as well to do something I love doing and to work hard at.
what was it like going from a player into a management side? Because I presume you started off, in Tempo as a player, and then you obviously
Yeah,
left and went on to SRN and become like a, I'll say part of management, but like
yeah,
you kind of manage
yeah,
the
yeah.
players and stuff.
So it's actually good because you understand from a player's perspective. You understand where the players are coming from and try to treat them the exact same as I would have liked to be treated, right? As I was treated in an org. So you definitely understand a lot more where the players and other people in the org are coming from.
Yeah.
So which I think has definitely helped me build healthy relationships with past members and current members of Serenity, because I understand them a lot more, just because I was a pro player myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so yeah, the transition to that was really easy. It was definitely really easy. Except the only problem was like I said before, like the business side, the content side, all that. Like I have zero fucking clue like about pretty much all of that. You know what I mean? So that's
That's
so yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've never like obviously I've never heard of Tempo, but do you know a guy called Shazam during that time?
Shazi, yeah,
Yeah.
Shazi was my teammate.
Let's go.
Shazi and I still talk from time to time. Yeah, he actually just won the Valorant Championships. So yeah, Shazi's the homie. We travel together. He's definitely a good old friend. We definitely had a lot of good times together,
You know
which was
anybody in the community that you would say like, if someone said, "Oh, you know that guy," they'd be kind of like shocked. Do you know like any like fucking massive guys in the scene or?
massive guys, like huge. I would say, well, there's actually quite a bit of pros. Like I know a few of the TSM guys. Um, a lot a lot of my ex former CS teammates are now like huge Valorant pros, huge Counter Strike pros. Even now are playing on the best team in North America right now
Yeah.
in Valorant and in CS. So that's definitely pretty cool to see.
I know
Like
you
like looking back.
I know you had an interaction there a couple of weeks ago with Bala from the Fortnite casting.
Yes.
How did that happen? Because I saw that in the time and I was like, what the fuck? Apparently from like Counter Strike days and Steam accounts, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
so I guess back then Bala like Bala played old Counter Strike, same with me, and then he said that he recognized my name, but he didn't know from where. So I guess we used to play against each other back then, which was actually really cool. It's like a blast from the past, which I didn't even know, right? Because that was like 14, 15 years ago. That's a long ass time. So that was definitely really cool to see.
Why do you feel like Valorant's the next like big game to kind of get into? And do you feel like it's the next game, like obviously
Yeah,
Counter
it's
Strike? Is it the next big game for like competitive FPS shooting?
no, it definitely is. It's different. It's like Counter Strike but on steroids, with all the abilities. You know what I mean? Like it's very similar to CS, but with all the different abilities, all the different tactics that you can do. It's literally Counter Strike on steroids, which makes for an awesome, amazing viewing experience, which is uh which is definitely sick to see. I
Yeah.
love it. I personally love the game. A lot of people do. It takes the beginning of the game. I hated it because I was a diehard CS. I was like, oh, this game's shit. You know what I mean? Like CS for life. And then I obviously switched over, and I don't regret it, man. The game's amazing. Like the people in the community are awesome, and yeah,
I
it's
find it
great.
quite hard and intimidating to like get to not like to understand CS:GO. Obviously, understand the concept, but like on the eye, it's kind of like it's a bit of a lower quality game, lower graphics. It's kind of difficult to kind of understand it first. Whereas with
Yeah.
Valorant, it's like it just kind of pops at you. It's like Jesus. It's like
Oh
Raid
yeah.
Shadow Legends. All the
Oh
colors
for
and
sure.
shit.
Oh for sure. But if you watch like the really good teams in CS, you understand how much thinking and how much skill it actually involves to be really good at it. Even same with Valorant, but definitely with CS, like the tactics, everything. It's it's insane to watch. There's also other games like Dota, like League, like those games I never really watch, but those games are definitely really high skill level as well.
You think Valorant would be the next, like the biggest game in terms of competitive this year and maybe next year
Um,
going on? Because it's still a new
I
game.
don't.
Like,
Yeah, no. I don't think so. At least not yet, because even with Dota, like it's hard to see because the Dota has the international like million-dollar tournament um prizes and all that, and even in Counter Strike still to me, you know what I mean, my favorite FPS. I can't say that Valorant's gonna be better than it. because that's just stabbing my own self in the back right there. But yeah, I hope it is. I hope it is. I don't think so yet, but eventually I hope it is in the next few years. But anytime soon, no, of course not. Maybe this year, no. Because especially once when COVID is over, well, it's starting. You know what I mean? People are getting vaccinated and stuff, and once the Counter Strike majors start happening on land again, that's when we'll see the true test
Yeah.
of both
What
competing at
experience?
each other.
What experience have you had actually in esports? Because obviously you started with as a player and going into SRN. What was like? What was the time in between that? If you get me, like between maybe like 2015, 16, 17, 18. What was your like experience with esports then?
I kind of just drifted out. I played from time to time. I kind of just well, during then mostly was when we found out, right, when my dad, know what I mean, he
Yeah,
had lung cancer, and he was going through all that. So I was pretty down bad mentally, so I kind of was just like blurred out, I guess. I was kind of, know what I mean, like seeing your best friend, know what I mean, go through that, right? So I was kind of just going through the motions, I guess, those past few years. Not really doing much. I wasn't really involved in esports. I was playing CS maybe like once every 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just playing for fun or whatever. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. I was actually playing a lot of Xbox, like sports games. Like I'm a huge like Madden, FIFA, NHL kind of guy. So
Let's
I was
go
so
FIFA.
so yeah, yeah. So I was playing those a lot.
Who do you support in FIFA or in football? Jesus, FIFA.
Well, both of my brothers are Italian, so I kind of go for them a bit.
Nice.
In Italy and AC Milan,
AC Milan. Let's go. Yeah.
a little bit.
Um, my last couple of questions before we kind of wrap up the podcast is where do you see SRN going the next maybe? I want to say long term. I'm not going to give like 5 years, 10 years. Where do you see it
Yeah.
long term going?
Um, Especially with the management we have now, definitely far, and then our investment is actually coming back within by the time of this year with my dad and my brother going back to work. So we're gonna have, you know what I mean, we're gonna have our investment back. We're definitely gonna be a powerhouse. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for the end of this year and the beginning, excuse me, of the new year.
Do you see yourself?
Very excited.
Do you see yourself like maybe getting some of those players back that you already had in the past, or do you feel like once they've gone, don't really come back, don't go back to them kind of thing, or like with Paddy,
Um,
Knifer, Pink, all those guys?
I don't know at the moment. I can't say to that far. Obviously, if they're free on the market and we come to a good price together, and then we see each other building a future with each other, then yeah, of course, I don't see why not at all. But you never know what could happen, right? They could all be still signed or whatever, or they could be completely washed, right? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Well, you don't know.
True.
You
Um,
don't know.
would you ever go for like maybe a tier one player and just say fuck it? Let's just put a load of eggs into this one basket. Get this one one player.
Yeah. Well, if the opportunity comes up, for sure. I definitely don't see why not. Um, yeah, that's definitely something that's been on my mind and other people's minds in management for sure.
If you could sign one Fortnite tier one pro player, who would you sign in the morning?
My my favorite, my hands down favorite one, ex former SRN Ty Tayson. I love
Okay,
him.
let's go.
Great guy. I love Ty. He was former SRN beauty, an absolute gem. Ty's the homie. He's definitely, I consider him a good friend of mine. I'm so happy for all this success he's getting. Either him or Hen. Hen's a great kid as well.
Are they both in
Hen's a,
guild at the moment? Guild
yeah, yeah,
esports.
yeah, yeah. So both of them, you know what I mean, I think both of them are definitely some of the top, if not some of the best players in the world. Both great people and both amazing players as well.
That would be huge. I'm just getting
Yeah,
excited thinking about that. Like that would be fucking massive.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That would definitely be and definitely some people who I'd love to work with right in the future
yeah.
for sure.
I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Like because I feel like we covered kind of everything wanted to cover. And the audio issues, but I think we'll edit that out. We're
Yeah,
fine.
well, thank God this wasn't a fucking live stream. Holy shit, people would have left right away. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the duct tape didn't feel like working anymore.
Oh, good, man. It happens. I had a couple of people on who felt absolutely fucking shite, like mics and stuff. So you sounded fine. You look fine. You look beautiful. So
appreciate it, brother. You too. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll wrap it there. Cheers for watching, boys. Obviously, you can check out Glorinsz's Twitter in the link in the description. And I'll talk to you later. Cheers for watching.